Welcome all 7 people watching this. Sorry it's been a while since my last upload. I'm still trying to get a routine down to pump these things out a little faster. Today we're going to talk about another list of things because everyone loves lists. What list, you ask? Well, kind sir or madam, I'm glad you asked. It's 5 decks that survive rotation. Now some of you all are probably like, but wait, we don't know what's in Kaladesh, so there's no point in brewing lists. And you'd be right, except for the fact 4 of the 5 sets are known to us. The bulk of information is already known, so it's safe to conceptualize what people are going to be trying day 1 when Kaladesh drops. Not everyone will have all the new cards and will want to stick with something they already know. Sure, there might be a few new cards that are obvious build-arounds or that easily slot into current decks, but those things take time to fine-tune, and the bulk of people will be using cards they already own. Enough about that, let's jump right in, and the first deck on the list is none other than Azorius Spirits. Starting with the creatures, we have 4 Mausoleum Wanderer, 4 Rattlechains, 4 Selfless Spirit, 4 Spell Queller, aka Squeller, 4 Reflector Mage, and 3 Archangel Avacyn. These are already some of the most powerful creatures currently in Standard, and will become even more powerful after rotation once the available card pool shrinks. Their synergy is insane and all of them fly, excluding the Mage. This will allow you to keep up the pressure regardless of how clogged the board gets. Also, they're mostly spirits, so when combined with Rattlechains, most of your creatures have Flash. That lets you keep up your mana and play spells on your opponent's turn, which is where you want to be in a game of Magic the Gathering. Since you get to keep your mana available on your opponent's turn, this allows you to effectively play counterspells. This list runs 4 Unsubstantiate, 1 Negate, and 2 Scatter to the Winds. Your opponent will have to constantly be thinking about getting time walked when you counter their spell, and that can lead to misplays by itself. It also allows you to bluff counters even when you don't have them. Next we have 2 Jace, Unraveler of Secrets, and 4 Stasis Snare. Stasis Snare also has Flash, so it works well with what we're doing here, and it also hits the baddest creature in the format, Imrakul. Jace is good when the game goes long and you need to draw action or you need to bounce an annoying creature so you can get some damage in. His ultimate is essentially game winning, but it'll be rare when you get to use it. Regardless, it's worth mentioning. The mana is pretty basic, all the blue-white lands plus islands and plains. Done and done. Obviously, we don't know what lands are going to be in Kaladesh, but these are enough to get started, and they'll probably be what you end up running anyways. Last is the sideboard. It's by no means complete, and will probably change once we know what the meta will be. To start, there's 2 Bygone Bishop, which help you draw more cards in games that go long, or when you need to get more value out of your creatures due to removal. There's 2 Dispel, which help against cards like Kozilek's Return, and any other annoying instance. 1 Invasive Surgery is good versus Planar Outburst. 2 Negate because, well, Negate is incredible and it hits so many things. 2 Summary Dismissal to help against decks playing multiple spells and or multiple triggers in a row, and lists that include Imrakul. 1 Descend upon the Sinful for decks that rely on bringing their creatures back from the graveyard. 1 Planar Outburst for the aggro matchup or mirror match. 2 Declaration in Stone because it'll be the premier removal spell. And lastly, 2 Quarantine Fields as a catch-all. Here are some of the cards the deck loses. Knight of the White Orchid, Clash of Wills, and Ojutai's Command. Clash is probably the best counterspell right now, and Command is extremely versatile. It's essentially Cryptic Command. It'll be sad to see these go, but these replacement cards that we get, I think they'll be sufficient. Cards the deck gains, and by gains I mean replaces things we lose: Quarantine Field, Invasive Surgery, Summary Dismissal, and Unsubstantiate. We already talked about these, and I think they'll be fine replacements. Overall, I think Azorius Spirit's very well positioned to be a Tier 1 deck post-rotation, and it'll definitely be one to keep on your radar. That's it for now, but stay tuned for the next 4 decks on the list. I'm Adam, this is Cleverbot Cards. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more neat things. Click the like button if you enjoy the sound of my voice and the words I'm rambling. Peace!